Mathematics 5. Ratio. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to understand the concept of ratio. Express ratio in simplest form. Express ratio as a unit rate. Solve word problems involving ratios. Ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two or more numbers that indicate their sizes in relation to each other. It uses the method of comparing two quantities by dividing one quantity by the other. Ratios can be shown in different ways, but the colon form is the most commonly used. Colon form. In this form, the numbers being compared are separated by a colon and is read as is to or to. Example: A to B, or A is to B. Fraction form. In this form, the first number being compared is the numerator, and the second number is the denominator. Example: A over B. In the ratio A is to B, the quantities A and B are called terms of the ratio. The first term, A, is called antecedent and the second term, B, is called consequent. Examples of a ratio. 1. The evening news indicates that 90 out of 100 students pass their modules on time. Therefore, 10 out of 100 students do not pass their modules on time. The comparison of the numbers of students who pass their modules on time and the students who do not pass on time can be written as a ratio, 90 to 10. This is read as 90 is to 10. 2. In a mathematics club, there are 55 active members, which consist of 31 boys and 24 girls. The ratio to represent this dataset would be 31 to 24. Note the order of the items in a ratio is very important, and must be respected. Whichever word came first in the ratio, when expressed in words, must come first when written in the number form. Part-to-part and part-to-whole ratios. The example given in the previous slide is a part-to-part ratio, comparing one part to another part. However, ratio can also show a part compared to a whole. Example: there are 12 fruits on the table, 5 bananas and 7 mangoes. Part-to-part. The ratio of bananas to mangoes is 5 as to 7. The ratio of mangoes to bananas is 7 as to 5. Part-to-whole. The ratio of bananas to all the fruits on the table is 5 as to 12. The ratio of mangoes to all the fruits in the table is 7 as to 12. Simplifying ratios. It is important to express a ratio in its simplest form, just as with any fraction. This can be done by finding the GCF of the terms and then dividing them accordingly. If the given data have different units, convert first to make them similar. Examples: A, 12 is to 16, equals 3 to 4. The GCF of 12 and 16 is 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. B, 6 months as a ratio of 5 years equals 1 as to 10. Solution. Convert years into months first. 5 by 12. Number of months in a year, equals 60. 6 to 60. The GCF of 6 and 60 is 6. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 60 divided by 6 equals 10. Rate is a type of ratio which compares two numbers with different units of measurement. We often use the word per or the symbol to express a rate. The word per indicates division. Example: if a 150-gram can of corn kernel costs 75 pesos, the rate is 75 pesos for 150 grams. The first term of the ratio is measured in pesos. The second term is in grams. You can write this rate as 75 pesos per 150 grams or 75 pesos to 150 grams. Both expressions mean that you pay 75 pesos for every 150 grams of corn kernel. When rates are expressed as a quantity of 1, they are called unit rate. Example: write the unit rates of the following. A. 10 eggs for 5 omelets can be expressed as 2 eggs per omelet. B. 850 kilometers in 10 hours can be expressed 85 kilometers per hour. Solution. Divide the two numbers. The first term is always the dividend. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. B. 850 divided by 10 equals 85. Let's practice. Express each of the following as a ratio in simplest form. 1. 15 is to 18. Answer. 5 to 6. 2. 5 days as a ratio of 2 weeks. Answer. 5 is to 14. 3. 18 is to 27. Answer. 2 to 3. What is the unit rate of 120 meters per 60 seconds? Answer. 2 meters per second. Give the ratio of the given fruits. 5 apples, 4 oranges, 10 strawberries. 1 apples to oranges. Answer. 5 to 4. 2 oranges to strawberries. Answer. 2 to 5. 3 oranges to apples to strawberries. Answer. 4 is to 5 is to 10. Remember, respect the order of the ratio, and express them in the simplest form.